Max, just want to check in on your well-being, your health, man. It looked like you had a rough trip over here, man. The plane, the seat they had you in, it was small, man. It looked
Yeah,
tough.
it was terrible. UFC, you gotta get your people on the phone with my people because, I mean, come on, you guys give me a queen size bed on the flight over here. I need a king. Come on, I'm just joking. Like the travel been great. The travel been great. I'm really liking all the precautions that they're taking because you know how I got mini bless at home. I got a grandma, I got a mom, and then my team, my coaches, they all have families too. You know, they have babies, they have grandmas and grandpas and whatever, and all the precautions that we're taking is much needed. I think we don't want to go home and get someone that we love dearly sick and something bad's happened from there. So everything from the travel to all the testing, I think so. It's been really great, and the only bad part is like we just getting quarantined so much times. Like how am I supposed to go do and learn the culture here when I'm stuck in the room for 48 hours and now we're free. I'm on another schedule because we fight like I fight like at 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30 a.m. time. So my sleeping schedule is all whack. So I gotta come back, man. This Yas Island from the window is not doing it for me. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I need to learn this culture if it's becoming the 11th island.
I gotta add another island to the chain.
Yes, sir. We're going down.
I love it. So much has been made of your training, but you said, hey, I love what they're doing here. I love the precautions. I mean, you obviously made sacrifices to take precautions of your own. So what was that motivation? Was it your son? I mean, what was the motivation to say, hey, we're not going to have a typical training camp. We're going to be careful about this.
It was rush. You know what I mean? Like I have the guy who does YouTube with me lives in the house. My girlfriend's a professional surfer, and like we all talked, we all sat down, and we all had that talk. I'm like, guys, like we gotta be serious about this. Like, if any of you guys went out, did something just because you guys was having fun, you guys came home and got my son sick, like we're gonna have a problem, And then my mom and stuff too, We're gonna definitely have a problem. So at the end of the day, we was doing all the right precautions, I was doing the right things, and I was telling them something. Even like all of when the pandemic first happened, I made a stay-at-home video. I made a social distancing video, like. What am I supposed to do? Contradict myself, My nickname not Starburst. My nickname is Blessed, So at the end of the day, that's what we did. We did the right choices. I put family first, and everything else I knew would fall into place. MMA, mixed martial arts, is all about adapting, and that's what we did. We just adapt. We always wanted to be in front of the pack and never ever in the middle, and we're adapting. And I believe we stood leading the pack.
So the biggest story was your training camp. The second biggest story was your hair. Were you surprised how much attention you got on your hair after that promo ran?
I think the first thing was actually the biggest story was my hair, and then the training camp was second. To be honest, if you ask me, but I was, I didn't. I guess so. I didn't realize, how everybody loved the. They didn't even like my old hair. They loved this hair. They like keep it. So it's amazing. I got my John Mayer vibes, or like what I said, call me Max Dracula, because we be sleeping during the day and up all night in the early morning. So I was getting ready for this fight before I even knew it.
I like it, man. Look, you always keep things kind of even keel. You've been saying, hey, this is just another fight, man. That's what I do. But at the same time, I got to imagine you want that belt back. I got to imagine that means something. So now that we're here a couple days out, yes, just another fight, but is the energy level kind of stepping up? I mean, is this an important moment for you?
Man, it's like I said. You might kill me, but you might think different. But it's just another fight, I got 5 of those titles at home. They're all in my closet. This guy could beat me 2 more times. He still don't got enough titles. Yeah, he still don't have the same amount of titles as me. So I'm still beating him in that case. And at the end of the day, it's just another fight. The belt is the belt, like I said. I've been telling you guys I was a champion when I was 3-3 in the UFC. So we just take one fight at a time, and there's just something cool when you win this one at the end. Another belt. UFC better give me another belt. They better not be like, no, you have the belt already. We're just gonna give you the plaque thing. No, I'm taking that belt that you guys put around my waist come this weekend straight home.
Yeah, have you asked about that? Right, with the new system, do they just put a.
They better not give me a ruby because it's not title defense. This is a new belt, my friend. So I never asked, but I would think it's a new belt. And then we go back to the ruby thing, right? So
I was saying maybe it's better. You got to lose it and get it back.
yeah.
Lose it and get it back.
Why not? That's the best way. You get more belts, you know?
You said something interesting when we were talking on the phone the other day. You said he's acting like a challenger. What did you mean exactly by that? What is it about his demeanor where you say Alex is acting like a challenger?
I mean, did you guys interview him yet? Any of you guys interview him here? Like, how is he talking? Is he talking like a champion? At the end of the day, I feel like he attacking me, called me out to fight. Like, that's something a challenger does, doesn't it? I don't know. You know, this guy been saying stuff, and he the one been saying that he got a chip on his shoulder about something, and he's ready to prove something. Like, in my eyes, you're the champ. What you trying to prove? You know, if you believe you're the champ, who you trying to prove anything to? I'm not trying to prove anything to no one. I knew I was a champ. You know, there's certain things like the belt. It just was for people to understand that where I was coming from. So at the end of the day, I mean, his interviews go speak for itself. You guys can go look, and you tell me any different.
In that first fight, even though it didn't go your way, it was clear you were having success late in the fight. I'm curious, was there anything you changed, anything you learned, you know, from the beginning of the fight to the end that you know, oh, all I got to do is that, and I got this?
The super exciting thing that you guys get to find out this weekend. I've been telling everybody, if you got family, friends that don't like MMA or you want them to get to MMA, tell them watch this weekend, watch the co-main event. I'm going to make a fan of them, I promise. You don't... This fight is one of those fights that something cool is going to happen and you don't want to be reading about it on Twitter. So make sure you guys tune in live.
That's the last thing for me. I read that you're donating your fight kit to this, a cause back in Hawaii. Can you tell us what the cause is and kind of what motivated you to auction off this fight kit and donate some money?
You know, shout out to my brothers Khabib and Dustin. You know, when they came here in September and they did their thing, that really motivated me, especially with all the pandemic and stuff. You know, me and my team sat down, and you know, like 95% of our work now is trying to help charity. You know, and charity work. And what we're gonna do is, like you said, my whole fight kit. I'm gonna be auctioning off, and every single penny I make off of it, we're gonna donate it to the Food Bank of Hawaii. That's the unemployment rate right now in Hawaii is like at 40%, an all-time high, and it's just my way to, you know, I'm getting food on my table, so if I can give back to my people and try to get food on their table, and this is the way to do it, you know, this is the way we gotta go, you know. And again, shout out to my brother Khabib and Dustin. They've been really proving the way and doing it, especially Dustin, you know, with his stuff. You know, he been inspiring me a lot in a lot of ways when he's doing stuff outside of fight. You know, we're more than athletes. We're trying to be bigger than the sport, and this is one of the things that I know I can help myself and help my people. So, you know, why not?
Max, when we hear about how serious you're taking the COVID and the coronavirus stuff, when you see ex-MMA fighters or people in the MMA world who say, "Oh, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it," does that piss you off a little bit?
A little bit, you know. A lot of people say it's not a big deal. Like, most of the guys that say it's not a big deal or don't worry about it is the guys that they're probably dealing with it now and they're figuring it out, you know. Like, I saw a bunch of people be like, "Yeah, it's not a big deal, this and that, blah, blah, blah." And then they get it or they know someone get it, then their tone change, you know. At the end of the day, I don't want to be the guy that my tone changed, you know. At first, I was like kind of spectacle and this and that, and then when you start seeing numbers in New York, in Italy, in Florida, it's like, oh my gosh. And then you like seeing the deaths, like it's kind of surreal, you know. And at the end of the day, it's just, man, I didn't want to be that guy who was too late, regretting stuff, you know. So I wanted to do my part and try, and I know I had a platform to spread awareness, so we tried our best to do that.
So with that in mind, what exactly does a Zoom workout look like? What do you do? Do you have a punching bag that you just shout combinations at? What happens?
Yeah, the Zoom workouts is actually all my training classes at my gym, my regular training classes actually got changed to Zoom. That's why we started doing Zoom. And it was just jiu-jitsu. We had to, like, my coach, he made us a YouTube how to make a dummy. Like, you know, like a couple pillows, old clothes, and you put them in the gi, and then I had a bag up, and then I would call up my other coaches to talk, my striking coach to talk about striking, about combination, what we did, and we'd work out. and he'd watch. So, and he also had Zoom classes, so he'd put videos up for us that we'd do, and we'd practice. So it was super easy, you know. If anything, it was more like a one-on-one practice, you know, without him physically or without them physically being there, you know. So I think so. You know, I think it was great, you know, and with the way you get to pull away. Like, we get so caught up in this training sometimes that when you can training and training is there, if you feel like you're burnt out or whatever, and the class is there, you're like, I need to go because I have a fight. Like, you start telling you need to go, and you start burning yourself out, and you start getting hurt. I feel so mentally and physically good. Like, it's unreal. I feel recharged, rebooted, and I can't wait to go out there and show it this weekend.
Are you aware that Daniel Cormier doesn't believe you?
Yeah, DC. Well, DC better believe my ass when I tell him I'm coming for him after this. You guys all know the next fight. Baddest man on the planet belt. Me versus him. I just waiting on him. I will do my job this weekend. He better do his job in August, and we'll get this baddest man thing figured out.
Right before you came in, we were speaking to Alexander, and I think it's fair to say he's a little bit pissed off by you at the moment. He's a bit irritated by it. He says you're a bit salty about how the last fight went, and he seems to be just a little bit like some of your comments have gotten under his skin, and he didn't expect that from you. What's your view of him going into this? Do you think he's the one who's salty, or how do you view him? I'm
not going to play the he said, she said game or however. I don't know how it feels. But I guess so. My opinion on me, I thought I won the fight because I think I did, you know. And there's people out there in the world that think he did. I guess we're all salty together. I guess I can start this salty clan. I might make a Facebook page now. And Salty Boys Unite, you know. So it's cool.
I would like to understand how was the process to make public your training camp. I mean, you are one of the most beloved fighters. You have a lot of support from the fans. But when you make it public, maybe you have to deal with a lack of belief in yourself. You know, maybe people will think, how can this guy win a rematch when he doesn't have the properly training camp? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been fighting since I was 16, training since I was 16. I've been sparring a lot. If you look, I had 4 title fights in a matter of 12 months. 4 of them, you know what I mean? I know Cowboy had 5, but that was like 3-round fights, you know? I had 4 title fights, and one of them went 4 rounds, and then the other 3 went 5, and one of them being a fight of a year candidate with Poirier, you know? And I think I know what I'm doing, you know. I think so. I figured out and we smart, and I think I know what I need to be done, and I made sure any possible way and everything that I could do that I needed and what I needed for this fight, I did. So to all of them, I'll just be like, just make sure you guys get your guys' ticket ready, jump on the Bliss Express. We're running out of room, and tune in come this weekend because it's going to be an amazing fight. I promise you guys that. I promise you guys it's going to be something to see.
And do you consider in the future, depending on this fight, how this fight goes, to have a lighter training camp if this goes well?
We see what happens, you know, with the pandemic and stuff going on. We still see what happens. I think so. Hawaii is kind of slowly opening stuff up. But, yeah, you know, I like how my body feels going into this fight right now. We didn't fight yet, so we will figure it out after the fight. But like I said, I just feel recharged, man. You know, this is the first fight in a long time where I still have the nagging injuries that I have from last fights and last training camps, but nothing new. I mean, when you're sparring and you're training, something always happens. Something new always happens, or you re-injure something more severe. And that wasn't the case this fight camp. I feel great. I feel good going into it, and I just can't wait. I can't wait for this weekend.
And who are you picking, Jose Aldo or Peter Yan?
Man, I hate picking fights. Like I said, I hate picking fights. But like I said, Jose Aldo is still my idol to today. He is, I still believe, one of the greatest featherweights of the world. And for him to go get a second belt would be super dope. So I'm super excited for the guy. I watched Theyre countdown. He seems fired up. He looked great in December at 35. And I just can't wait to go out there and watch him do his thing.
you're clearly very happy with your training camp, but how this all these restrictions are going to affect your weight cut to 145?
Not at all.
An easy one.
Not at all. No, this is probably the easiest weight cut. I know you guys hear me say it all the time, but this is one of the easiest weight cuts, or the easiest weight cuts, weight cut of my life. With the pandemic and stuff, it helped a lot. You know, my girl, she's a professional surfer, so she was at home. She's cooking a lot of meals for me, making me eat well. Every time I try to grab a cupcake or a sweet, she slapped that shit right out of my hand. She's like ninja-like reflexes, so she's the real MVP, and that's why it was good. I mean, the way everybody asked me, oh, how was it taking a fight knowing that you couldn't train doing this and that, and I was like, I had my girl, you know, she was able to help me with that, and it's super great, you know, especially with the pandemic and stuff. We had a scare in Hawaii saying that they might shut down boats of bringing in food and stuff, so we had to be super smart with eating and certain things, so yeah, was this a time to adapt?
On that point, though, can you clarify when you ate the double donut chicken sandwich? I saw a lot of people saying, did he have that right before he left?
I had it right before I left,
Did
guys.
you did?
Who knows, man? It's YouTube. It's Hollywood. That's why it's there. So you guys tell me.
Giving your girlfriend a lot of credit, we've seen a recent trend. Could she be in your corner in the future?
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if she would, but I tried to get Mini Bless in my corner this one, but I think so age restriction stopped that. So, yeah, I guess so. I didn't know Mike Perry was I didn't know somebody told me that Mike Perry didn't spar either for this camp, and then also that he had his girl. So I was like, almost pulled a fool Mike Perry with you, but just with Mini Bless. But yeah, age restriction stopped that. So.
Age restriction from the flight or the coronavirus or being next to the octagon?
I think so, being next to the octagon or like actually trying to license him as a corner. So yeah, that was like, there was no way. I guess so they kind of looked at it and laughed, and I was like, okay, cool.
Was he disappointed?
Oh yeah, he's disappointed. You see that man? That man's my hype man. He's the #1 guy, you know. He's at home. He understands. He knows how crazy this is, you know. I got to spend a lot of time with him because of the pandemic. They had their break, and then they didn't go back to school the whole fourth quarter, and so he kind of understands how serious it is, you know, and how at first we wouldn't even go out the house. I wouldn't even let him, you know, not even outside to ride a bike or something. We was like, nah, let's just stay in, you know, maybe the backyard here and there, but it was like, yeah, let's just be smart.
There was a Twitter troll a couple of days ago saying that you wouldn't make weight and you would be out of the fight. Did anyone believe? I mean, your friends or family don't believe that rumor?
I mean, the whole world did. Ariel Helwani with 2 eyes. That man needs to get blocked or something. But it was great, you know. A lot of people was like writing to me or like, because that was when they're trying to figure out the Jorge thing, and there's like, oh my gosh, it's happening again, and the card is falling apart. And we just, you know, sometimes it's good to just watch the world burn just a little bit. The Twitter, just a little bit, you know what I mean? Just let them like, you guys really believe this? Like, we didn't even start how am I having cutting weight problems when cutting weight starts on Thursday? And it was like, it came out on Monday or something. I'm like, guys, come on, you guys deserve to go and stress out, whatever. So we just kind of like let it go, and then people still didn't get it when I retweeted it. With my chicken sandwich, it was like, oh my god, they even got more mad. They was like, yeah, this is why, Max, this is why you missed. I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, guys, it just, you know, the joke, this is the joke, and it went right here the whole time. So it's crazy.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.